Let's go to example number 2. It's called the simple server with time sleep. Right? So this is to make the scenario a bit more interesting by adding an extra delay. Let's make it 5 seconds into the program. So this is to emulate a little bit of the processing delay in actual servers. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. Server slow.go, a slower version of server fun, so to speak. Now, everything remains the same. The only place that you need to change is inside the handle connection function. And add just this one line here at the end of it. Time sleep, parenthesis, 5 multiplied times second. Now that's execute server slow. So go run server slow. Now the way we're gonna see the server slow working is this. Run client102.go once. And no surprise, you're going to see these 2 lines being printed. But quickly after that, run client 102 again. And this time you will see first line being printed real quick, but you have to wait for about 5 seconds until you see the second line. Now think about it. Why? So all we've added is just the pause time of 5 seconds at the end of the handle connection, isn't it? So now think the exchange between the client and server and the execution flow. When we run the first client 102.go, server would accept the connection request and then call the handle connection, right? And so you see quickly the server replies 13 bytes received. But at that point in time, the server goes into what? The sleep. So 5 seconds of sleep. While we here quickly call client 102 again. And that request is going to come to the server. But you know what? The server is still sleeping. All right? And it's not being able to answer the second request. And therefore, the client there prints. Okay, send a string of 13 bytes real quick because client would just print that at the time it's sending the request, sending the message. But the server there is not quite yet able to reply because it's still pausing for the first request. So first request will need to wait until the pause time expires and handle connection finishes and go back to the end of the loop and then back to the top of the loop. At that point, the request from the client is the second request from the client is finally accepted, and then you get server replies 13 bytes received. But right there, server is entering the pause for the second time again. That's demo exactly what we were describing earlier. So go run server slow.go. Okay, server launched. Now let's run the first 102 and see. And quickly run it again. You see, first line shows real quick, but the second line gets a bit of a pause before it shows. Okay, let's do it again. First one. Second one prints the first line, but waits until the second. All right, so, oh, and by the way, you are seeing here that I seem to pop up the same line quickly, one line after another. What I did is just simply hitting the up direction arrow. Okay, so that is in Unix command to repeat the previous command. Now, let's walk through the code. Yeah, so there are actually another line being added, that is to import the time package. So allow me to scroll back up here. Yeah, package main as usual, we import these 3 packages. So we've seen this multiple times, but we're adding one more import here, the time package. And that's because the extra line we're adding there, using the time sleep API and using this special system variable time.second to specify the duration of sleep are both defining the time package. All right, so time sleep, very intuitively, what it does is to enforce the program to sleep for some time. And inside the bracket, you specify the duration of the sleep. And we want it to sleep 5 seconds, so we say 5 multiply time dot second. If we want it to sleep for 5 minutes, then we say 5 multiply time dot minutes. All right. So what's happening there is that the first call of client 102 takes the server into the 5-second wait. Therefore, as soon as we fire the second call, the net dial there from client 102 cannot be reaching the ln.accept yet because of the 5-second wait started by the first call. All right, so until that first call's 5-second wait ends, then the next dial finally meets ln accept. Okay, and then start the second upload.